Hello people, in this video we want to look at diabetic coma. In the exam they will ask you just diabetic coma. Basically there are three types of diabetic coma. There is hypoglycemic coma where the blood glucose level will be less. This is hypoglycemic coma. Okay, here there will be coma, seizures, focal signs. Okay, let's move on to the other type, that is diabetic ketoacidosis, that is coma with ketosis. Here there will be clouding of consciousness or coma. So this is diabetic ketoacidosis. That is coma with ketosis. Here there will be hyperglycemia. What will be there, guys? Hyperglycemia. Okay, and there will be ketonuria. Okay, ketone bodies in urine. So that is why ketosis, coma with ketosis. Okay. Now let us go to the third type where there is again blood glucose is more, but here the blood glucose level is such that there is something called as hyperosmolar coma. The ketone bodies in the blood will be normal, and the way the insulin works is there's some partial kind of effect. So insulin has some anabolic and anti-catabolic effect, they are saying that, and this anabolic effect is more seriously defective. So what will happen here, all this lipolysis and all won't be much. Okay, so lipolysis is not markedly accelerated. So what will happen, the ketone bodies will not be that many. Okay, ketone bodies will not be that many. So that's why ketone bodies, they are telling you here in the blood, the ketone bodies level will be normal. So basically they are saying here in hyperosmolar coma, what will be there, the level of insulin is high enough to prevent this lipolysis and the ketogenesis, but it is not enough to prevent hyperglycemia. So this kind of a here and there kind of a situation. So in both of these, diabetic ketoacidosis and hyperosmolar coma, the glycemia, there is hyperglycemia. Okay. So guys, hope you have got the concept. The coma in diabetes can be three types: hypoglycemic coma, coma with the ketosis, that is diabetic ketoacidosis, and hyperosmolar coma. Okay. So what does the insulin do? All this you should know. So in the hyperosmolar coma, the lipolysis will not be much. So the ketone bodies generation will be not marked, right? But there will be a hyperglycemia, severe hyperglycemia will be there. Blood glucose is a lot, but ketone bodies are not much. That is the exact difference between this coma with the ketosis, that is diabetic ketoacidosis. Here you can see hyperglycemia is there. Yes, hyperglycemia is there. There is little or no insulin, and here there is ketonuria. Okay. So in the diabetic ketoacidosis, there is ketonuria. So what about the first variety here, hypoglycemic coma? Yeah, this is where there is hypoglycemia which is causing the coma. Actually, they say hypoglycemia is more dangerous than the hyperglycemia, isn't it? So look at this. So hypoglycemia, basically these people have low levels of blood glucose. Okay, so this can cause coma. There the blood glucose will be less. There will be coma, seizure, focal signs. So basically there is what can cause hypoglycemia? There's no food intake hypoglycemia, or you do a lot of exercise, that's hypoglycemia. This is could be because of the last insulin injection, right? So that's why people say when diabetic people start getting so particular about their glucose levels and they start injecting a lot of insulin or hypoglycemic agents, they can land up with a hypoglycemic coma and a death, which probably wouldn't have even been caused by the hyperglycemia. They say hypoglycemia is more dangerous. Okay. Then what will be there here? A full pulse. What do you mean by full pulse? There is a raised blood pressure. See here, everything, glucose is less, but everything else is more. See here, full pulse, normal or raised blood pressure. But here you can see low blood pressure, weak pulse in the hyperglycemia one. Again in hypoglycemia, you can see brisk reflex. See, brisk reflex. And in this one, there is diminished reflex. So basically in this ketoacidosis, right? So what will happen? In the ketoacidosis, there will be acidosis. What kind of breathing will be there in these people? This textbook is using the word air hunger. In this one, in the first one in hypoglycemia, they have said breathing is shallow or normal, but in this one, they are using the word air hunger. Some words are very strange in this textbook, right? See this, full pulse, air hunger. So have you understood why there is all these ketone bodies? This is very important to understand, guys. See, diabetic ketoacidosis, there is no insulin. So what will happen if there is no insulin? First of all, see what insulin does. Insulin protects lipids. See, there is less lipolysis. It protects lipids. So now what will happen? There is no insulin. If there is no insulin, then what will happen to lipids? there is no protection for the lipids. So there will be lipolysis. If there is lipolysis, you will have what? When lipids break down, you will finally land up with these ketone bodies. Ketoacidosis will happen. So have you noticed if there is acidosis, what is they are telling here? There is reduced plasma bicarbonate in this second variety. That is coma with ketosis, diabetic ketoacidosis. There is reduced plasma bicarbonate. What does this tell you? If there is reduced plasma bicarbonate, that means to tell you that there is acidosis, because the base part of it is less, so the acid part of it is more, so diabetic ketoacidosis, okay. Remember biochemistry, guys, look at this. Lipid breakdown. When lipids break down, what will happen? No insulin, lipid will break down. Then you have acetyl-CoA, acetyl-CoA. Then that is becoming aceto-acetyl-CoA. Something is actually joining here, interestingly. Acetyl-CoA is becoming acetone beta-hydroxy butyrate. Acetone and beta-hydroxy butyrate. And the true ketone body is the acetone. Acetone is true ketone body. Okay. So basically acetone is true ketone body. Okay. And this beta-hydroxy butyrate is also, they're telling it is ketone body, but there is no actual ketone group in it. Yet another biochemistry diagram here. Look at this. Fatty acids, acetyl-CoA, that is becoming ketone bodies. Ketone bodies are going to kidney and lungs. So that is why you have ketonuria. And the lung, they are going to exhale acetone. So that is why they'll have that smell, acetone breath, is it? So ketone bodies are then going to your muscles, brain, heart, all of them can use these ketone bodies. So ketone bodies can give them TCA cycle, that is what, Krebs cycle, is it? So they can get energy. Interesting. So in prolonged starvation, ketone bodies are the major fuel source for the brain. So from where did these ketone bodies come from? Breakdown of these fatty acids. So far, what have you looked at in diabetic coma, guys? There are three types of diabetic coma. Hypoglycemic coma. Then you have hyperglycemic. Under that you have two things. You have the diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA. And then you have the hyperosmolar coma. Okay. So three types of things you have to remember. In this DKA and hyperosmolar, you have hyperglycemia. Okay. In this, basically, insulin is less in the first one. In the second one, insulin is less in such a way that some things work and some things don't work. So the ketone bodies are normal in this hyperosmolar coma. And in the diabetic ketoacidosis, which is very important for your exam, there you know that ketonuria will be there along with hyperglycemia. Okay. Quickly, let us look at the management of this diabetic ketoacidosis. Basically, you will monitor vitals, etc. So what is less here? Insulin. No insulin is there, right? So what will you give? You will give insulin. Okay. Then you can also give bicarbonate, because bicarbonate is less, isn't it? Then other things generally you can do, guys, fluids, etc. Let us look at hyperosmolar coma management. So where are we here? Go to the third variety here, hyperosmolar coma. So here what will you do, guys? Supportive therapy you have to do. Okay. Same fluid replacement, bicarbonate you can give if needed, if the pH is low, right? Again, insulin treatment they will give. Same thing. What will you give in hypoglycemic coma, guys? Glucose is less, so you will give intravenous glucose, okay? That's it, guys. So in this video, we wanted to look at diabetic coma. Interestingly, there are three types of diabetic coma. This comes under metabolic coma. There are so many causes for coma actually. This is coming under metabolic coma. So there are three types of coma. You have hypoglycemic coma. Then you have diabetic ketoacidosis with ketonuria, that is blood sugar will be more. Hyperosmolar coma where there's blood sugar more but ketone bodies in the blood are normal. Okay. So for this, if they ask you in the exam, you should know basic things. Guys, what is the function of insulin, all that you should know. Then you should know exactly what the definition of coma is. It is a state of unconsciousness in which the patient does not respond to any external stimuli, okay, or inner need also. For that also he won't respond. For more marks, right, guys, you write about Glasgow Coma Scale, okay, GCS, okay, eye-opening, verbal, motor response, all that you write, okay. Then there are so many types of coma, okay. What are the causes of coma? Coma can be because of trauma, cerebrovascular disease, right? Because of some subarachnoid hemorrhage or some hemorrhage, thrombosis. It can be because of some infections, because of seizure disorders, okay? Because of seizure disorders, endocrine and metabolic. Just now you saw diabetes mellitus causing hypoglycemia, ketoacidosis, hyperosmolar coma. There can be a thyroid problem, hypocalcemia or hypercalcemia. Everything is possible. Okay, then the cardiovascular diseases, CVS causes can be there for coma, like congestive cardiac failure, arrhythmias. Physical agents, like too cold, too hot, hyperpyrexia, hypothermia, shock, lightning, toxins, because of some poisons, the person can go into coma. Tropical coma can be there, like because of rabies, etc. Okay. So we have looked at diabetic coma in this video. That's it, guys. For now, hope you have learned something. Bye bye.